Hello y'all, Jeff here at Yakety Mac. Thank you for watching the video. So today we're going to do some spooling up of fishing line, braided line in particular. I am finally making the switch, I think, from monofilament line to braided line. There's a couple of reasons why. One, I've recently got into throwing a lot more soft plastics. So I'm tossing up into some really gnarly stuff, and I want the added strength. And then the second reason is that I found myself changing out mono about every couple of weeks because it just has so much memory coming off the spool. It was just a lot of kinks in it. It actually started to feel kind of brittle after just a couple of weeks. I even tried stuff like Real Magic and so on. And so I really like monofilament, especially when it's fresh on the spool. But I'm constantly changing it out. I do not like fluorocarbon. I have tried that once, and I know it's supposed to be stronger. I know it's supposed to be more abrasion resistant. I have not found that to be the case. To me, fluorocarbon is just brittle. So I'm going to make the switch to braid, a more supple line, less memory, stronger. And so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm getting ready to spool up the bait caster that I've got behind me. I'm going to put a backing of monofilament. This is a 14-pound monofilament. I'm going to spool up about 30 to 40% of my spool with that, and then I'm going to attach a braided line. And I chose to go with the Power Pro. It's a 40-pound test, high vis yellow. I like being able to see the line. I'm going to then attach a clear monofilament leader, probably about 24 inches or so to this. I'm going to use an Albright knot to attach both to my backing material and to my leader. I'm going to show you how that's done. Stay with me, guys. All right, so I've got the mono backing on here now. I'll show that to you guys. It's about how much I'm going to fill up with the backing material. And the reason I chose 14 pound for both the backing material and the leader is that on the outside of your spool, it's going to tell you what the diameter of the line is. And so I check the diameter here of the 40-pound braid, and they're very, very close. So because they're very similar in diameter, that's going to give me a smaller knot. It's going to give me a strong hold, and it's going to pass through the eyelets and the feeder here on the bait caster without any issues. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the camera down and tie the Albright knot so I can attach the braided line to the backing material and show you guys exactly how I do that. All right, guys, so to attach these two lines, we're going to take our monofilament line here, and we're just going to double it over just to, like so, just to kind of make a loop out of this, right? So we're going to make us a loop here in the monofilament line. And we're going to take our braided line that we're attaching to it, and we're going to take the braided line and just run it through that loop. Whoop. Then we're going to take the braided line here and just run it through that loop. Then what we're going to do is what I do for a number of times now. So now we've got the braided line going through the loop here. I just kind of pinch these two down, and then I wrap the braided line around the monofilament line 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then once I have that wrapped around there, still have my loop here of the monofilament line, I just simply run the braided line through that loop, and I pull these two lines together just like that. So that is the Albright knot. I'm going to cut the tag end off here of the braided line, and then cut the tag end off here of the monofilament line. Got my little carbon clippers here. Get that tag line cut as close to there as you can. You should wet the line a little bit when you bring those two in together. I did not do that for the purposes of this demonstration. I'll probably cut them and redo it and wet them this time. It's not as important on the backing material as it will be for the leader. Anyway, that's what it's going to look like, guys. It's nice, it's small. It's going to go through the eyelets very easily. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spool up the rest of the reel with this braided line, and then we're going to attach our monofilament leader. Okay, so now I have filled up the spool with the braided line. I am ready to attach my leader. And so we're going to go through that same process again. This time it's going to be a little harder to see because I've got clear line instead of the red that I use for the backing. But I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. I am going to basically double over my monofilament line here to make this loop. I'm going to run the braided line through the monofilament. Kind of pinch that down a little bit. Wrap it around 7 times. Oops. So let it slip out of my hands. That's not cool. Okay. There's 5, 6, 7. Now I am going to run the braided line through the loop and the mono. Grab it on the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down both the braided line and its tag in, the mono and its tag in. Kind of pull them tighter. Put a little water on this here to wet it down a little bit. And now I'm going to pull these 2 lines in tight. And there I've got my Albright knot. Simply cut the 2 tag ends and I'm good to go. So now we are all rigged up. I've got a weight and a lure tied on here that I'm going to use. You can see where these 2 lines here come together. Very, very small knot. In fact, it's smaller than like what a bobber stop would be. It goes through the eyelets without any problem here at all. I got a tube drop on here, 1/8 ounce weight. I'm going to just let it fall. And as you can see, it does not hitch at all. So it's going to be very minimal as far as being able to fill it, tap on your eyelet or whatever. Should do a really nice job. The question I have now is that I'm supposed to be in a tournament tomorrow. We've got rain outside right now, front coming through. We're going to get a decent amount of rain. The winds are going to shift out of the north. They're going to be like 20 miles an hour tomorrow. Now, the place where the tournament's at is up at Cedar Creek. It's going to be shielded from the wind some, but you're talking 20-mile-an-hour winds, dirty water. I don't know if I should go for it or not. Tell you what, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know. Should I give this thing a shot or should I just stay home, watch some college hoops, even though my Hoosiers aren't playing? Watch some college hoops and wait for the next one next month. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to look into doing some online tournament thing, some month-long ones because, the thing about these in-person ones, they're great. You meet people, it's cool, but, this is the third one of the season now. And it's the third crappy weather. The first one I didn't get to attend anyway because I had the flu, but it rained. The second one, the second half of the day was so miserable with the wind. And of course, it was in an open setting, not a creek. And now here we are with the third one the day after a front and 20-mile-an-hour north wind. Dear Lord. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. I had to research it myself to figure out how to do it once I said, hey, let me give this braid thing a shot. If you got any questions, let me know. Leave me a comment. Should I go in the tournament tomorrow or should I not? Thank you. I appreciate you. And as always, make sure you take time to get outside and play.